For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and today I am at the Horseheads, New York Spirit Halloween location for the 2023 Halloween season. So, let's get inside. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are once again, entering Spirit Hollow Cemetery, Jack's Mausoleum. My first time since Flagship just a couple of days ago. They don't have the archway at this store because it is the reduced version, but we have Jack's Mausoleum itself, and it is looking pretty nice. In place of the Martian Warrior here in the entrance, we have Shorty, which is nice to see set up at this store. We'll take a look at Shorty here. He looks, he actually fits in really well in the spot Martian Warrior is supposed to go in. He looks like he's like supposed to be in the spot, so he is here until Martian Warrior makes his way, but we can take an actually really good look at the Jack's Mausoleum structure now, with it not being like Flagship with how many people were running around the ISEs. So you can kind of see the architecture for Jack's Mausoleum. You can see the window with the star and the 40 and all that, everything that we already know about, but it's just cool to see without so many people around. Over here, poor George, which is in the place of Heckles, who was temporarily recalled. So he is going to be set up in the ISC instead of Heckles for right now. But poor George is looking very nice here at this store. You can take a look. He looks great. He looks very cool. So there, hey, also with the lighting, of course. Coming back over here to the Jack's Mausoleum building itself, you have the strobe, more like the slow strobe, in the stained glass with the Spirit Star. You have the animatronic plaques, Menacing Molly, the candles, the Hugs one down here, and then of course we have our first animatronic here inside Jack's Mausoleum, Dagger Mike. We'll take a look. Here we go. Alright, so the relay switch might be, I don't know, might be a relay switch thing because he jumps up immediately. Kind of actually more interesting that he jumps up immediately than after the laughing. But I don't know, kind of interesting. They do have the gargoyles, obviously. I am going to try to pick these up at my own local store at the end of the season because they are a very nice piece. Obviously, they're also holding those flames that are returning that now we have in the actual ISE. Obviously, the hologram fan with the super long animation. It's like 3 times longer than the animation last year, which is awesome. Right now, we're seeing the faces with the green fog. I will say, obviously, it looks better in real life than it does on camera. The hologram fan kind of messes with how the camera picks it up, but still very, very cool. Obviously, you have the cloth as well that's falling down. It's just so much easier to film this than it was at Flagship because there isn't 3 trillion people running around the ISE, but it was still fun. It was just tough to film. But here is the Cerberus plaque with the candles as well. You can also see the architecture for Jack's Mausoleum that we couldn't see that well in Egg Harbor while we were down there. But I also just love like the detailing of like the fallen bricks that are on the wall. Looks really nice. You obviously have the windows as well with like the Spirit Star returning on there again, Nightcrawler plaque, Buzzsaw plaque, and then here we have the scary sitting scarecrow. We'll take a look at him. It's looking good, looking good. So there's scary sitting scarecrow. Obviously with that, the new face, put him back up. Obviously, he has the new face from Techie. That's why he's the scary sitting scarecrow. And then over here, you have the Grim plaque with the arm. Grim's arm is reaching out. That is such a cool touch. And I didn't notice that at Flagship because, again, too many people. But you can see it here at this store because it's not nearly as crowded. So very nice touch that Grim's arm is peeking out. And then Ophelia's is right there with the candles. We'll take a step out of Jack's Mausoleum to this side with the Widow, online only last year, now in stores and in the theme this year, which I think was a great choice because she's awesome. Widow looks awesome. Again, the blue lighting on the top, the green lighting down at the bottom there. So Widow looks really nice. We'll walk over here, again, seeing the window with the star and the 40, and then on the back, obviously, we have Slim. And I know I said this at Flagship, but again, such a massive animatronic. When you see this guy in real life, he is super big. Oh, by the way, also the step pad covers. Haven't pointed that out, but we can get a better look at them now with the Rip Eternally Unrest. But let's get a demo of Slim here. He's looking really good. This one at this store actually doesn't look that bad. The face looks pretty decent, and he looks really nice at the back of Jack's Mausoleum because again, he's just so big, so he kind of covers a lot of ground in terms of how much space he's taking up. I mean, like, he has a custom riser for the ISE because of how wide the base is there, but they're slim. The newest killer clown. All right, and here we are at the back ISE Mausoleum row of the Spirit Hollows Cemetery, and I do want to say they actually do have some stock over here at the side here as well. They have 2 black hearts in the box, which I obviously already have, and then they have a stilt, and they actually have another stilt over with the main stock as well. But this is the reduced version because the back ISE this year is just so big. Obviously, it has the part that comes out with the walkthrough with Darling Dolly and Hellspawn and all that, but it still looks really, really nice. I love the back ISE this year. Obviously, on the left, we have this mausoleum with the opening door. We can take such a better look at this than we were able to at Flagship because it was just so insane. But I love the Spirit Star in the window. It's so cool. And then here, obviously, you have the door knocker. I know they do not have the jumping spider on right now because they didn't get the wire to set it up with the door knocker, but that is okay. We can actually see a lot better detail now of the spiders and the lighting and everything going on the inside that we weren't able to see at Flagship because it was just so insane. But I love the door mechanism this year. It's so different and so unique for an ISE. Obviously, the main backdrop with the green lighting and the hole in the wall all looks very nice. Down here we have little Skelly Bones returning from last year. We'll take a look. He looks awesome. Very, very nice to see him coming back for another year. Obviously, I already have him from last year, but he's an awesome animatronic, so I'm glad that he returned for 2023. Here we have Eternal Rest in place of Desmodus. Obviously, Desmodus goes in the middle with his big wings kind of on each side, but in place of Desmodus, we have Eternal Rest. So you can take a good look at her. Didn't even really get to see her that much at Flagship because again, it was just so insane. But over here, we have Grave Watcher. Another one that I wasn't able to really see at Flagship because we were moving so quickly. But Grave Watcher is such a cool flashback, obviously from Spirit Halloween 2013, coming back now on her 10-year anniversary, which is awesome. They do have her in stock over here. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna buy her. I might get her today, but there's Grave Watcher. She looks awesome here in her rightful spot in Mausoleum Row. And then over here on the right side Mausoleum, opposite of the one with the door, we have the Black Heart, obviously also with the encarving, the printed, but the meant to look like an encarving of the little Spirit Star. This was the same logo that was on the mystery box Spirit sent me and a couple of other haunters. So it's nice to see that that's where they pulled it from, was from this mausoleum in Mausoleum Row. But we will take a look at Blackheart here, one of my favorite props of 2023. He is amazing. I love Blackheart. Obviously, he was my second Spirit prop I got this year, and he looks awesome. He looks really, really good in the ISE, in his own mausoleum structure. You have the blue lighting up there, the green lighting coming from the bottom, just like the rest of Spirit Hollow Cemetery, and he looks great here. And then obviously on the right side, you have the coffin photo op that is in Mausoleum Row with the Spirit Hollow Cemetery RIP sign. Looks very, very cool. And then you also have these handles, which are not really real handles, they're more for show because they're cardboard, but I love this photo op this year because it's so creative for an ISE photo op, and I think it is very, very cool, especially with that sign up there. But take a good look at it. There is Mausoleum Row of the Spirit Hollows Cemetery. Now, of course, I have to talk about the stock at this store, and they do have a lot of animatronics. Of course, with my luck, they don't really have the ones I was looking for today, but they do have a couple. They have a stilt. They actually have another stilt over in the box over there, but this is one of stilts right here. They have a Mr. Punchy. They have a Shorty, an upside down Shorty right now. They have 2 Slims. They have 3 Leatherfaces. That's right, a lot of Leatherface at this store. Little Skelly Bones from last year, Fogging Skull Pile, Bubba, Widow, 2 Dagger Mikes right here, an Eternal Rest, another Widow, 3 Straw Man, which is crazy. I did not get a chance to buy him last year, but I don't think I'm going to be buying him still, but 3 of him here. They have another Bubba right here, 2 Nozzles from last year, Deadly Creeper, Stuffed Dummy. Take a good look at Stuffed Dummy. They have a Monty, which of course I already have, and they do have this Grave Watcher all by herself of such a small box. Seeing it for the first time in real life, it's such a small box, but I might be buying her today. I haven't really decided just yet, but I guess stay tuned for the end of the video. Might be buying her. We'll see, but they do have a Grave Watcher at the store as well. Coming over here, they have the sitting scarecrows and the scary sitting scarecrow. There he is, scary version, and then this is the OG regular sitting scarecrow, and then of course a bunch of these stuffed dummies, but that is the animatronic stock at this store. Right here is another one of my favorite items for this season, and I didn't even get to see her at all at Flagship because, again, like I've said so many times, it was insane there. This is Gutsy Gwen, the new Zombie Baby, and for the first time in a long time, the new animated Zombie Baby. As you can see, that awesome head-turning animation it's so cool to see animated Zombie Babies coming back to Spirit. I hope this means more of them next year and beyond in the future, because animated Zombie Babies are amazing, and we haven't seen them in such a long time, but they are back. At least one of them is back, and that's Gutsy Gwen. Obviously over here, we have Mothy Max, who is also new for this season. He looks awesome just because I love his green coloring and those electric blue eyes. You have another one of the new ones for this year, the last new one, I believe. Yes, the last new one for this year. This is Flippin' Freddy, and his original name was actually Bottoms Up Brody, but they did change that in production to Flippin' Freddy, so there he is. And then obviously you have Snackin' Stevie over there, and some of the other returning Zombie Babies are sorted around here, but Gutsy Gwen, definitely an awesome one. Alright, and here is the decor section. I did want to point this out because I didn't get to talk about this at Flagship. Ghostwing is a flashback for this season, but she isn't in the ISE, and also not technically an inbox only because it's just going right in the decor section, as you can see. But if you didn't know, if you missed it, Ghostwing is back this year, so that's kind of interesting. But over here we have the dolls. Obviously, Butcher Doll, new for this season, do already have him. But down here they actually have the Monkey Chimes doll, a doll this season. They basically made him into a doll. This is my first time seeing him in real life, but there is Monkey Chimes. I don't think I'll be buying him, but still, nonetheless, here he is. And then over here, they have the Swinging Witch from last year, Creepy Crimson Girl, the Empty Soul Girl, just kind of standard for decor section. They have some of the Flying Ghosts down here, more of Ghostwing, so if you wanted to pick that up, you can. And then over here is a very cool item. This is brand new for 2023. Didn't get to talk about this at Flagship, but this is the Hanging Witch that is new for this season. I love the way this thing looks. It is so vintage and so classic Halloween. I mean, look at the paint job on it and just the way the face is done. Really cool. I love the tongue as well. It's like painted kind of dark and also red at the same time. Very, very cool hanging item, and I love this new witch. Over here you just have some of the hanging pig heads. You have the guy with the hook in his eye over there, which is from last year. And then over here we actually have the animatronic Switch new for this season. This is the new one, and this is the one in the ISE. We just took a look at Mausoleum row over there. This is the gargoyle one that you use for the door knocker. I do want to buy this. I don't think I'll be getting it today, but obviously it has the Spirit Star on it, if you didn't know. Another nice little nod to Spirit, and that's why it's kind of in the ISE. It fits in really well, but very, very cool item, and I will get it at some point. Actually, it has another Spirit Star. It also has one on the actual, like, activator itself. Down here, you have the tabletop candelabra and the floor candelabra, which are new for this season. And then over here, you actually have the brand new step pads, which have some kind of new technology, so they activate more props. That's what Spirit is saying about them. Also, they have a new look to them, which is interesting. Multi-proper mode. You have some of the other assorted decor items. You actually have the new zombie dog. This is new for this season. Pretty interesting sculpt and everything like that. His name is Scabs, which is kind of interesting. And then down here, also new for this year, the skull stacks, the skull pile, whatever you want to call them. And this one only has one eye lighting up. Let's try this one over here. Oh, another one with only one eye. That's kind of strange. I don't know why both of them have the same thing, but that is new for this season, the skull stack. They also have a pumpkin stack, not at this store, but looks very nice, the skull stack. And then over here, of course, standard lighting and fog options. Finally, did want to mention they have the pumpkin light that came out last year, all the way up there. So very nice selection of home decor at this store, but probably my favorite has to be this brand new witch. Alright, so it's going to wrap up my Spirit Halloween 2023 store tour here in Horseheads, New York. I did not pick up anything today because I was looking for Gordo or Darling Dolly. Unfortunately, this store does not have that stock just yet, so I will have to wait till my own local stores open up, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they have either or both those animatronics so I can buy them. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. Also, guys, that for more Spirit Halloween 2023 videos. Good
5.